Talking about Tyson Fury, they're talking about maybe fighting like Dillian Whyte for a UK homecoming fight. Is that a fight you'd like to see, or have you even thought about much?
I would like to see Tyson Fury fight anybody. Because Dillian Whyte is putting out there, and that's what everybody else can come up with and put together and then put it together. I'd be more than happy to get in there and train Tyson to go get another knockout.
Would you like to see him fight though in the UK, in front of his home fans? It's been a couple years now.
It would be nice wherever. This is the heavyweight division. They could fight anywhere.
Right.
Timbuktu.
Did you feel like he was going to win that fight with Otto Wallin? Did you think Dillian was going to win that fight with Otto Wallin?
I think it was going to be a tough fight. We all did, me and Tyson, and we thought it would be a tough fight for Dillian, right? But it's business. It's business to be done, so the business is being handled.
Obviously you weren't with Tyson yet for that Wallin fight. How much of would he still struggle to that degree with Wallin these days, or
I wouldn't see a problem with Tyson and anybody in the heavyweight division. So any name you pop up is all the same for me.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on Canelo versus Charlo? Charlo said he's down to move up in weight and fight the winner of this.
I don't really know. That's all new for me now that you mentioned it. So now you're picking my brain at the last minute, and now I got to respond. But I think it'll be a good fight. I mean, you've got 160, 168s and things like that, and king of one division, king of another division. There's always good fights. You don't know who will win that. With these fighters, it all just goes down to who's going to execute, who's going to stick to the plan. And if that plan doesn't work, do you have a secondary plan, third plan? And those adjustments have to be made. And that's throughout boxing. That's through 12 rounds. So it's not really just one thing. It's a fighter who does just one thing all the time is not going to be an effective fighter. You have to be able to face different adversities and different obstacles and be able to make changes to be able to come out on top. It's all about changes. When you drive a car, you may take the same road to work every day, but it's not the same because it's different traffic out there, different situations. You have to just make adjustments for those things. Didn't mean to take you in all off into driving, but I just thought it'd be something cool to say.
Sugar, talk about what it feels like to continue the legacy of Emmanuel. He had the heavyweight, champion unified. I think undisputed then with Lennox as well. And obviously you now have the lineal heavyweight champion as well. Speak on what that feels like for legacy-wise.
It feels great. Does that sound familiar? It was like the cereal, right? Frosted Flakes. Yeah, but no, it's a great feeling, and I'm happy to have learned all I've learned from Emmanuel to be able to continue his legacy through me, continuing with having world champions and also heavyweight champions as he's had for so many years. I think he had world heavyweight champion almost 20 years probably, right? Lennox had a long run and then Vladimir, so that's a long time to be controlling heavyweight division, which is actually controls boxing.
And Sugar,
what do you think about Joshua going to Eddie Reynoso's camp? Do you feel it's a change in trainer that needs to happen over there?
I'm not sure. He went to Ronnie Shields' camp too. So
correct.
He went to a few camps. So I mean, if that's what he needs to do and he feels to do, then it's better. I mean, whatever's going to make him perform the best. Tyson made a change. Deontay Wilder made a change. So if you want to change, you're looking for the best. That's what you should do.
What about him training with you, Sugar?
Well, I think it would be me and Tyson, but yeah, if that's what he wants to do. That door is open, as I've stated and Tyson have stated. So I don't know if people think it's a joke or not, but
yeah, you're not just teasing him, are you?
Listen, in any other sport, you have superstars teaming up with other superstars to win championships and do great things in that sport. Basketball, soccer, football, baseball, they're joining teams, joining forces. So if boxing can join forces, almost similar to the Kronk fighters back in the day where it was several world champions in the gym at the same time working to help each other out to win championships. If that's what it's going to take for boxing, and keep boxing on top, then let it be.
What would happen though when it comes time for them to fight each other? I mean, how would that work out? If he's working with you and Tyson, and then he wins the titles back from Usyk, and then it's time for Tyson and AJ to fight, what do you do then, Sugar?
That's a whole other story in history, isn't it?
But you'd like to cross that bridge.
That would be something nice. I mean, listen, obviously I work with Tyson, but I mean, we don't know what happens in that time. I mean, Tyson may retire after that, maybe. And then I don't get to work with Tyson. And we don't know. I mean, just all kind of things happen. Maybe Anthony Joshua retires after the fight. We don't know. So it's just all a guessing game. But would it be something great to see? Yeah, I think so. You got Anthony Joshua, who have learned probably from me, who have learned something from me and from Tyson, and those two guys have to fight each other. I think that would make something special. People want to see that.
What's something
They both know each other, so now you can't say it's only good for one person. It's only going to benefit one person. It benefits both people, and then maybe then I feel like the best of both fighters will come out.
What's something he has to do better or differently to beat Usyk in the second fight? Sugar.
I can't say that.
That's for him to come in the gym and find out.
You want me to spill it all to everybody right now, huh?
Maybe he likes what he hears. He goes, "Damn, that's some good advice." You know what? I'm going
Just
to the
look into
Kronk.
my eyes. That'll tell you enough.
When the fighters do change trainers, how soon does that change impact their game, the fight game? Is it an immediate impact? Is that months? Is that one training camp? 2 fights? What do you think?
That's a good question, but it's a question that nobody should be able to answer. So if anybody answers that question, it's a wrong answer, because you have to understand everybody comprehends at different levels. So you can't say every fighter it should take this long. Anybody answering that question is giving you the wrong answer. It's a question you can't answer honestly. It takes a teacher, a trainer, to be able to communicate and teach that fighter. So you can't really say. Everybody's not going to have the same results as me and Tyson Fury. I'm sorry we put that out there like that. We're just two special people.
And speaking of your training methods, though, Sugar, like you said in the corner, just jab the motherfucker. It was like offense.
You said that, not me.
You said in the heat of the moment, you and your uncle, you guys get heated, but it was like that. It was like the offense is defense sometimes. Is what it sounded like.
I definitely believe in offense is defense.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like? It's funny because Mayweather came from Michigan just like you guys, but do you feel like there's this split in philosophy? Like all these kids looking up to Floyd, they're thinking just get the win, just even if it's just decision. I'm not worried about getting the knockout. I just want the victory. Did we get too far away going that way with these young fighters? And is there a difference in philosophy because you're from the Kronk? You want the knockout at the end of the day. Is it different than where a lot of these fighters have looked up to growing up?
I just think it's a change of scenery. So a lot of times people want something new. And Floyd was very successful. So you want to do what the successful person is doing. And that's about all it is.
He had a lot of knockouts early on too.
Who, Floyd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was knocking people out, wasn't he? I enjoyed those days.
Yeah, it's no knock on the money, man. It just means some of these guys with their skill sets try to be more.
But everybody can't be what one man is.
Right.
So you have to just be the best of yourself. So I didn't change Tyson Fury around.
Yes, you did.
I didn't change him
You
around.
got him punching harder.
That's not changing him around. It's just making him punch harder. That's one little thing.
That's
one little bitty thing.
That's a huge difference. That's a huge little thing, isn't it?
Now we've talked, and it's just Tyson Fury can do all of those things. So it's not like you're trying to change him from being a big puncher to more of a defensive technician, or a slick fighter. Tyson Fury's always been able to do that. Tyson Fury's had knockouts before me. He just wasn't given the credit for it because he did more of something else than more of the punching part, like more focused on other things versus the punching. But he's always been able to do everything.
How Fury changed you?
He just brought me back to 1990, back when I was at FAMU. He's allowed me to just be more relaxed as I am now. And with other fighters, it was more, they were too serious. And that's fine, that's their personality. I'm still serious, but now it's just allowed me to see, like, okay, you can be yourself completely, totally, and still be professional at the same time. So it was something I've been searching for a while, like how can I blend me in with being professional. So, watching him and being around him is just like, it actually taught me to be more like, okay, you can be yourself, but this is a better way to do it, because I've always been joking around, but nobody would believe me. Like, it was always too serious. They didn't know whether to believe me or not, but it's still the same way now. You don't know whether to believe me or not, but with Tyson doing the same thing, it's like, okay, now you understand me better.
Right. So he had you running around the ring after the fight with no shirt on.
No, I had him running around with no shirt on.
that was
I was supposed to take my shirt off at the grand welcoming when we were standing outside the T-Mobile shake.
Okay.
But I didn't want to do it too soon. It had to be the right time. It was like a knockout. I set it up just perfectly. So it was set up more perfect after the fight at the presser.
And that's you guys just having fun together.
Yeah.
Enjoying the journey.
Living it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Is that really your Twitter?
Huh?
Is that really your Twitter?
Zero. No, that's not my
That's
Twitter.
not yours? Okay.
If it was my Twitter, I guess it was some things said. I don't talk like that.
I didn't think so. But
So no, I don't have a Twitter account. I gotta find somebody to take care of that for me to get that taken off. So because that's an imposter. I only have an Instagram account.
And how do you?
I guess that's good. Somebody want to be like me, huh? Like want to be like Mike. You know, but yeah, somebody wants to be like Suge.
Sugar. Yeah,
Suge.
Suge.
Like Suge, Hollywood Suge.
It used to be they want to be like Suge Knight. Now they want to be like Sugarhill.
Hollywood Suge. Sugarhill.
But just before I let you go, Sugar, thank you for your time.
Yeah, because I gotta go train Anthony Durrell at 1 o'clock, which means I have just over 20 minutes to get to him. So if I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody, I hope I said enough.